All right, I believe everything is okay. Tyler is eating his little sandwich right now. That's okay. He's a big little boy. Let's see if Rumble is actually working. Hello, everyone out there. Does everyone love the... Oh, does everyone love how Rumble is sometimes? I do not love how Rumble is sometimes. It is really frustrating to this guy. Alright, look. All the things are working-ish. We are so on it. Okay. So let's... Off we go! On this journey. Alright. Tyler was trying so hard to get here on time, and the universe conspired against him, and so he couldn't be here on time.
Just completely and utterly.
Yep. Or scoot close to the camera, big guy. It's okay if some people like the ASMR. Oh, they love it. They love it. So you scoot as close as you normally are, big boy. Okay.
Sweet.
So I did some things.
You did?
Yes, while you were sleeping. I don't know.
I was so tired last night.
Yeah, we didn't get home until 9:30.
Really? Yeah. Us too. We had to come out here to get our dog.
Gross. Don't get a dog. Put it down.
It was a bad idea.
People are gonna be mad because I said that, and I don't care. Okay, so I've leveled a bunch of people up to in the 40s, and then Ricky, that's Machamp is close, Pikachu, Pidgeotto. So this is what I did. Okay, one is I got the move Fly. Okay, Fly allows us to fly to any area we've already been. Okay, so super useful. Now we don't have to walk everywhere. Okay, I got a bicycle, which is wonderful.
That's nice.
That's cool. I also caught a bunch of Pokemon. So this thing right here, it's called the Experience All. What it does is it splits the experience that you earn to all the Pokemon. Now, it's not as cool as it sounds because it literally doesn't it doesn't scale it up. It just is like, okay, you would have earned this, and now divided by 6, and so sometimes it's like you're only getting 20 experience points. It's like, that's not enough. So, not super useful. Well, it is useful, but not as much as maybe it could have been, but that's fine. The other thing, though, that I did is I caught a bunch of Pokemon. Because in order to get that experience all, you have to catch Pokemon to do it. So, I have some new Pokemon for you to look at, so that you can decide if you want to keep our team the way it is. Okay? So let's go through it. Oh. Let's deposit Pidgeotto. Okay. Withdraw. We have a Krabby. We have a Slowpoke. I don't know if you know any of these. Abra. Slowbro. Drowsy. Paris. Zubat. Rattata. Sandshrew. Jolteon. Magikarp. Vileplume. And that's Pidgeotto. Let's change to this box. Shall we? Yes, it's okay if you save.
Maybe the Voltron was the only thing I was like, yeah, sure.
Voltron?
You said Voltron. The
Vileplume?
No, you said
Jolteon.
Sure.
Voltron? Voltron. It's not, we're playing Pokemon. We're not playing, Transformers. Voltron?
That's what you said.
No, I said Voltron. That's what happened. You're right, Tyler. I read Voltron. You. I said it. Yeah, you're right. My mistake. Oh my god.
Like, I just got here.
Oh my god. I know you just got here. You're already doing it. Oh my. Voltron.
Go down.
Okay, so we have Zapdos.
Uh-huh.
Okay. Snorlax. I caught a Snorlax. Spearow, Magneton, Voltorb. I mean, at least if I had read that, I would have been like, okay, that's a little close. Magnemite, Diglett, Tentacool, Pidgey, Rhyhorn, Nidoran, Nidorina, Jigglypuff, Paris, Mankey, Geodude, Ivysaur, Butterfree, Victory Bell.
Nothing I want on my team.
I know that you probably don't know much of any of this. So
Zapdos is level 50.
That's the legendary bird. So let's pull him out just so you can see him. Okay. Let me show you Zapdos. Zapdos is a legendary bird. That's Zapdos.
Cool.
So he's electric, flying. As you can see, his stats are nutso. Okay. Right now he only knows those 2 moves, but obviously we just get more moves.
Who cares?
Right, and we'll get more moves to give him.
Yeah.
And he'll learn more moves. I don't really know what he learns. So
you switched him with Pikachu, right?
No, I took out Pidgeotto, but I can take out Pikachu because Zapdos is electric and he can learn fly. And so then we technically wouldn't need either of those. We wouldn't need Pikachu and we wouldn't need Pidgeotto. So then you can get another one that maybe you wanted to get that is useful as well. Now, I will say Pidgeotto could be useful because Sand Attack, and that'll drop the accuracy of the Pokemon we're fighting. Whereas like Ricky, for example, knows Double Team, which just makes him more evasive. That makes sense. So Pidgey will hit the one that we're fighting. He makes himself evasive. It does the same thing. It's just who is the one. Like what is the reason? Yeah. Now that's not keeping Sand Attack is not like that's not why you
what level
keep
is
Pidgeotto like 29.
Oh.
So that's the other thing too. Like Zapdos obviously helps lots. So we can keep him. Yeah. So but we now can, if you want, take out Pikachu as well. It's up to you. Or we can take out Pikachu and put Pidgeotto back and keep Zapdos. Do you want to go through them again?
No, I kind of like the team we have.
So you keep Pikachu.
Yeah, keep Pikachu.
Keep Pikachu. Okay,
yeah.
And then I'm gonna teach him. I know you like watching Pikachu follow behind. But I'm pretty sure he can learn fly. Yeah, and Charizard can actually learn fly too, so that is useful. But he only has 2 of those. So fly. And fly is actually like so. It's literally the opposite of dig. Like, so dig, you go under the ground and then you hit. Fly, you go above the ground for 1 turn and then hit. So it's like, it's literally just the opposite. Okay, cool. Pikachu's a little behind, but hopefully he'll catch up.
He's always been behind, though.
It's true. Maybe we should nickname him Tyler. What up, chat? Dap. Did it. Okay. So now, we are missing 3 badges. We are missing Saffron City's badge. We are missing... Look, I'll even show you the bicycle. And it changes the music.
Oh, and you don't have to stop at every single person either.
No, well, and the thing is well, that's because I fought him. So there are people I just fought and was like, yeah, So you would still, like, they would stop you if you... That would have been an interesting mechanic, though. If, like, the bike, you just can run. That might have been a better mechanic, because then you could have been that. I go faster and then I don't get stopped. If I want to fight, I get off the bike. That's not a terrible way to do it. That's, yeah. We should pitch that at the next meeting. Alright, so I'm going to go in here and Saffron. Because this is... The only annoying part is, like, you can't, like, you have to get back on it. And remember, this is a Game Boy game, so... They did not have all things kinked out or figured out. But that's okay. We love it anyways! Because who could do without Voltron? Voltron, I just take you in.
This game is pretty sophisticated. It knows when it's night or dusk.
It knows how to change colors when you get into a new city. That's super cool. Rattata! Yeah, so I'll show you what the experience all does. So you hit Rattata.
He's dead.
Obviously kill him because he's so low. So Ricky gets his regular experience points, and then he gets from the experience all, and then it just goes all the way through and gives experience points to everybody. Now, I'll tell you, this is not like experience all the way you should use it. So this is a little gamer tip. If anyone is actually going to play this game, you use experience all with just 2 Pokemon. So you say, okay, oh, we also have a Venonat that we left in the daycare that you could get to. Venonat turns into Venomoth. Last time I pulled him out, he was level 31. And Venomoth can do like poison stuff. So another one if you are thinking of changing anyone else.
We don't have very many Venom.
No, and the only one that really even knows a Venom move is Nidoking. We were intending, but we haven't really, like, he hasn't leveled up to any moves, and we only got Toxic, but we gave it to Machamp. Because Machamp, I think, is going to become like our one-hitter quitter guy. So maybe Venomoth will be useful for that reason.
Okay.
But he's a Venonat right now. And every step we take, he gets an experience point. So if we want Venonat, well, let's actually do that right. So if we want Venonat, we probably would want to do it now. Because we want to get him in the party so he can start leveling up. Venonat right now is 1 level behind Pikachu. Okay. But then obviously, like, you can switch out... You could switch out any of them, if you wanted a Venonat instead. So that's up to you. Do you want Venonat or do you want this team?
I like this team.
All right, so just stick with this. Okay. But yeah, so if you're using Experience All and you're actually playing this game, what you should do is you take every Pokemon out except for 2. Then those 2 you just fight with. You fight with the one that's like your carry, right? And then you're going to level up the other one. And if you do it that way, you will, like, it'll work to your favor. And so those experience points won't be as cut, because they're not cut 6 ways, they're only cut 2 ways. And so it is super useful if you do it that way. But Pokemon, honestly, is not... We really will only start to truly level up, when we get to the end game. So, like, I mean, it's like we level up a little bit, but we're still only level 40 with most of these Pokemon. So it's like, we're really not hitting it in a certain, really all that, like, super fashion. I mean, even still, it's like, that's the most that we're getting, and we are fighting the next thing. And so it's like, with with this game, you have to like let's bring that up. Let you see this new Pokemon from behind, and oh my gosh, it looks stupid.
Whoa!
It literally looks like Big Bird.
I thought it looked like a firework.
Well, you're kinder than me. It literally looks like Big Bird.
Oh,
look at it.
That is true.
He looks just like him.
Uh-huh.
Maybe the developer should not be so stupid. That's just my opinion, but what do I know? I'm just American.
I agree. You are just American.
That's what we used to say in my mission all the time. I'm just American.
Don't know anything.
I don't know anything. It's a super douchey thing to say. That's all right.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, it has its purpose.
Yeah.
If we don't want to use experience all, then we just put it in we just store it in the box. And then it's good to go.
Okay. I like it. Well done, man. That was a lot of work. Eradicate.
Eradicate! But yeah, like Zapdos as well. It's just like I'm saying, he just
cleans.
Yeah, and he is just super like, I mean, he's the legendary Pokemon, one of 3 legendary birds. So there's 2 more birds we can catch. Just so you know, we can catch a Moltres and we can catch a Articuno. So we're not even done with the legendary birds if you don't want to be. And they're all pretty OP. So it's like, when we run across them, this one I caught just because I was like, yeah, I don't want to go to the area. Because the area you don't even need to go to. The other 2, you're at least like right there. So it makes sense to like at least catch them. It is frustrating to catch them, let me tell you, because you have to put them to sleep. And so if you don't have a Pokemon or do something so that their status is changed, so that they'll even get in the Pokeball, because otherwise you throw it and it's like, oh, they missed. And it is annoying.
You got a legendary Pokemon. That's hard.
And that's how, so Vileplume and Victory Bell were good. They know Sleep Powder. And so Sleep Powder, they just go to sleep. And then I can just keep like doing that. They also know Poison Powder. Victory Bell and Vileplume are also, they are definitely like ones to consider as well. Now they're just normal Pokemon though, so it's not like, I mean, if we were changing out Pokemon, it's like, well, we might as well do like the legendary birds. Like,
right,
they're all level 50 when you first get them, and their stats are insane.
Right.
Like, they already Zapdos outstats every single other Pokemon.
Right.
And so what we're going to try and do as well with this, what I want to do is not, so I can beat this game by doing like buying a bunch of full restores and revives and then beating it that way. And it's not like a very fun way of doing it, or it's not very hard. Like, you level them up and it's not a big deal. What I want to do, is I want to make this an actual challenge and pretend like I'm not an adult or someone who would have figured out that strategy already. So what I want to do is use actual moves to their intent, where we're actually like, where we're just using the moves to beat them, not like outside potions and stuff. So like, one, I don't think we're gonna beat them the first way through. I don't. Like, it's probably gonna be way too hard to do that. But what will help is like every time you beat one of, so it's an Elite Four, and then you beat your rival. Okay. Flea. So there's 5, so Flea. Good old Flea.
Haven't we beat him already?
We have, but he's the end game boss, right? So what I want to do is I want to beat him all the way through, without using revives and full restores and stuff, maybe the only thing we'll use is like we might need like ether so we can restore like their move, because like they'll run out of, you can only do strength so many times, you know what I mean? So it's like, so I actually want to come up with a strategy to beat them,
right?
And it might take some time to do this. Like we might get to that end game, and it's like we might struggle, but I think that struggle will be kind of fun to see and like participate. Yeah, so we're already still like still killing everything though. So like these trainers, so we're in Silph because we're not able to get into the gym that we need to get into right now, and so that's why we're fighting in this place, because we need, I can't even remember what it is that we do something. And then I think it's like a Team Rocket members in front of like the door to the gym, and so we have to beat this little thing so Team Rocket is taking over Silph because they want like their things that they're making in here, and so then we need to do that in order to progress through the so that is what we're doing right.
So to get to your house today, I was driving down 4500 South, and I could get on I-215 and go down to I think 6200 and go that way, but you're on 54, and I usually go to Bangalore, turn left, one light down. But then I was like, oh, but I can't do that. So I decided to go down 3200 south, 3200 west. And I get stopped. And it's just stopped. Like only halfway down to the next light. And I'm like, no one was moving, no one was doing anything. It wasn't moving. And so I'm like, there's no way. So I pulled a U, went down. I'm like, there's another light. I could hit 3600. And so I turned left, and I'm looking straight. I'm like, I think there's a way to go through Bangalore, and then I can turn left once I get through Bangalore. Oh, sweet naive me.
Oh, sweet, precious little Tyler.
So I passed 3600, and I'm like, I still think there's a way through.
I'm just gonna do it. I just gotta keep trying.
So they forced me to turn right, and I'm like, I need to go.
But I need
to go south, not north.
I need to go left though.
So I went all the way to like 3700, the next thing. So I ended up getting on 3600 west. Even further north.
Look, Electro.
My life, it's fine.
Electro just unalived himself, so.
Jeez.
He's like, self-destructed, and he's like, well, I don't want to be here anymore. And so, more power to him, I guess.
It didn't even kill you.
No. Like, overall points loss, it probably wasn't even like half. Okay, so this place is kind of a maze. What I need to do is use these tiles to get to different areas, and then I eventually get a card key though, so I'm trying to fight all of the people because I want experience. And yeah, and then I think eventually I get to like the top, something like that. Well, that's as far as you'll go, mister. That is as far as you'll go.
Sure it Yes.
They sure liked that red palette for Team Rocket. That is for sure. Quick attack!
Strength. Smack.
Backhand. That's what we need is a move called backhand. Pimp slap.
You're not worth my time.
Where's my money?
Smack.
Smack. Oh, brother.
Oh, man.
Now, the funny thing is, though, is like Zapdos, he comes with the dumbest move. It's like, why Thundershock? Not even Thunderbolt?
Yeah.
Thundershock.
Thundershock.
Now, his special stat is so high that it might as well be Thunderbolt for like his Thundershock does more damage than Pikachu's Thunderbolt right now. But it's still absurd. Ugh.
So he can go even higher.
Oh yeah, you can go up to level 99
Oh.
with every Pokemon.
Oh, uh-huh.
Yeah, 50 is not the cutoff.
We're halfway there.
We
Gotcha.
are. We are halfway there.
Mm-hmm. The Gobots.
The Golbit? We just need to come up with Transformer names for all the Pokemon now that we see.
Zapdon.
Zapdon. Zapinator. Oh my gosh. So ridiculous.
Ratatataron.
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 Ratatitan. So stupid. Oh my gosh. Voltron. Freaking. That's what you said. This is why I don't trust you. But you said it. No, I didn't. What are you talking about? I said, we literally have it recorded that I did not say that. Voltron. Oh my gosh. So ridiculous. So absolutely ridiculous. But you said it. You said it just like that. No, I didn't.
I was a bit distracted. You said, who's the fox?
I said Jolteon.
Oh, it's Jolteon.
Jolteon is what I said. I didn't even say a Pokemon with
like that
with a
fox,
V.
right?
Well, no, that's Ninetales.
Uh-huh.
Jolteon is the evolution.
Evolution.
Yeah.
Yes.
Ninetales is a fox. Jolteon, I mean, I guess Eevee is probably like, he looks like a fox.
Uh-huh.
Fair enough. But I still didn't say anything with a V. Oh my gosh. So ridiculous.
I like Jolteon.
We can get
Jolteonator.
Jolteonator. The Jolteonator. We can have Jolteon. You want Jolteon?
Nah, I like the team.
Alright, that's fine.
Bring it.
Bring it, you jerk wagons. And honestly, Charizard's becoming like pretty like good too. Because he knows a bunch of attacks, like so Slash seems to crit almost every time, if not every time. And then he knows Dig, which is super useful. The only thing we really haven't done yet is giving him a fire move. That's like the only thing he actually he crits every time he crits with it. So that Slash is like super useful.
Yeah. It does. It's nice. We have some good Pokemon.
It's nice.
Yeah.
We do have some good Pokemon. I think you're right. And then there's coughing.
And critical.
I don't know what it is, but Jamie loves everything that is poison Pokemon. It's his favorite. Like he loves muck and coughing and wheezing. It's so fun. Whereas Avery is pretty like typical little girl where it's like, it's pink, So she loves like Jigglypuff and Clefairy and those ones. Pikachu.
Uh-huh.
It's like, no, that's Pikachu. How dare you?
I had a good time on our trip.
That's good.
Yeah. Although
Yeah, I enjoyed
until I
it.
had to try to sleep.
Yeah, no, I bet. We secretly did you in. Look, I wanted the downstairs. Okay, we were the first to show up, and they were like, well, yeah, you can have first pick. It's like, okay, and then Brittany's like, well, you know, Cam is downstairs, so they should probably be downstairs. Like, okay, yeah, that makes sense. But I was like, we did pick that room, and then we allowed you to take it from us.
Yeah.
And sucks to suck.
It does suck to suck.
It sucks. Sucks to suck. Brother.
It was hot. Was it hot to you?
No.
I was burnt.
No, I was good, bro. I was upstairs. You know, next to the master bedroom. And as soon as I put that CPAP machine on, I was hunky dory.
See, and I didn't take my CPAP.
And that's also why you didn't sleep. Yeah.
Sucks to suck.
Yeah. That's a really sucks to suck move.
It was the first try in like 4 years. It was dumb.
It was super dumb.
Yeah.
I know, I'm listening, Mike. You don't have to rub it in.
It was a dumb night.
It was a dumb, stupid move. I know.
There was a little tiny.
There was a person that was teeny that wouldn't go to sleep.
She was screaming.
Bless her heart.
All night. Oh. But the beach was fun.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was good. I was really happy. If you have a chance, go to Bear Lake. It's super, like, it's cool. Go to the north side, so it's the Idaho side. And it's like a legitimate, like, it feels like a beach. Like, I don't know how, because it acts and feels like sand. I know it's probably not like, you know, it's not like going to San Diego, of course, but, and then the water is just, like, it is so, like, blue. Like, it is so, it looks like it doesn't belong, like, where we're at. It doesn't, like, you're just sitting looking at it, it's like, how does it look like this?
Right.
Like, it's nuts how cool it is. So if you have a chance to go to Bear Lake, you should take it.
Yeah, it was really
cool.
green. It was really warm. And the water's so shallow for so
far out there. Yeah, you're like walking. It's like 50 yards out, and it's still not even, it's like at your knee. And it's like, so that's kind of cool too.
So it's not packed. Like, there's plenty of space for people to go in or further out, and they're still like, they don't have to be swimming. You know, they can just be standing up.
Right.
It was crazy. That was one thing I was not expecting.
No, I wasn't expecting that but when that was funny, because Brittany, like, we're driving there, and I don't know if she was like worried, but she's like, yeah, they didn't want to go to Willard Bay, even though Willard Bay was closer, and, you know, but it was kind of Katie's thing, so I didn't want to, and I was like, yeah, that's fine, I don't care. But then you get there, and it's like, well, I'm glad we didn't go to Willard Bay. I go to Willard Bay all the time, and it is not the same experience. Like, Willard Bay is nowhere near as cool as Bear Lake. It's not at all. No way. And it's a lot cheaper too. Willard Bay is like $25. Getting into Bear Lake on that north end is $14.
Yeah.
It's like way better. Yeah. And the thing is too, is like, yes, it's far. So like, we live in Salt Lake, so it's only an hour to Willard Bay, right? And it's 2.5 hours to Bear Lake. Fair enough. The thing is though, is like, you drive through the canyon, which is also pretty, and it's like, I feel like it's worth it. Like, if you're gonna drive anyways, do the extra hour and a half and go to somewhere more cool. Yeah. Like, that's my opinion.
Yeah, I definitely agree.
My kids, I don't know other people's kids, but my kids usually sleep in the car, so it's like, that's not a big deal for me. I'm happy as a clam.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, might take this experience all off just because it is me. I don't know. Maybe I'll use it. I probably should do the experience all when we get to the Elite Four, is what they're called.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't know that we need it right now. But we're just gonna have to deal with it until later.
Mm.
As I love to say,
Mm-hmm.
sucks to suck. Hello,
Okay.
scientist man, who obviously is wearing glasses. Ha ha! I'm a scientist, see? That's my character's whole identity. And I have an electrode. That's the most stupid Pokemon. No. Slowbro is definitely the most stupid Pokemon. That's for sure.
Mm-hmm.
I don't want him to self-destruct, so I'm like, I'm gonna say this is fly. How does light screen protect against special attacks?
Mm.
Is fly special? No, it is physical. So you did not do much to help yourself.
Mm-hmm.
Do another light screen.
A drill peck.
Drill peck.
He's dead.
I think eventually Zapdos learns Thunder, which is the strongest lightning move.
Mm.
It's pretty good.
Cool.
And that's the thing is, like, if the experience hall was actually giving significant points to everybody, then it would be worth it. But it's not. So it's like, well,
Right.
this is stupid.
Muck, girl.
Yep, that's another one of Jamie's favorites. Muck.
Huh.
Oh, it's disabled. I'm disabled. Big Bird's disabled. He looks like Big Bird.
He does.
He looks so stupid from behind. He looks so dumb.
I agree.
And the thing is I don't even think that's how his head looks. That's the other problem. Like when you see his little icon, when you look at his stats, I don't think his head is like that. So it's like the rest of his body looks like a firework is a good description of it.
Uh-huh.
But like let's look. This is gonna bug me. I don't feel like. I mean, kind of, I guess that it is, but it's like back here, and it's so dumb. It looks so stupid. It looks so stupid. Oh.
Oh, did we find we found calcium.
We have found calcium.
What does that do?
That raises special attacks. So I'm going to give it to. I could give it to Zapdos and just make him super special guy. Sure, why not?
Okay.
Special Rose, even though you don't need it. I don't care, chat. Everyone who's not out there.
Man.
You make us want to cry. All right. You shouldn't have sent me to the Tixie branch. Tixie? I don't even know that place. So apparently there's a place called Tixie. I don't know where that place is. I've never heard of it.
Me neither.
Go, Ricky!
Beat him up.
Punch him in the face!
Get him.
Ah, you died, you stupid ball.
Punch that ball.
Punch that ball far. Now, what would be more useful is if you like took the experience all and gave it to a Pokemon to hold, and then only that Pokemon gets the extra experience. That would have been a useful way to do it. But no, they decided to not think through it. I did see a YouTube video where they took Pokemon Yellow and they fixed a bunch of stuff. But it was still like the integrity of Pokemon Yellow was still there.
Okay.
I was like, had we not already begun this? I might have done that because they did a lot. So, like, for example, they put a bar at the bottom that shows you how much experience they need to evolve or to get to the next level. They show you whether you've caught that Pokemon or not. They fixed, like, there's that Fuchsia City. You have to walk around to get to the Pokemon Center. So they opened that up so you can get to it from both sides. So they did some smart stuff.
Mm-hmm. Interesting.
Magneton is also the stupidest Pokemon because it's just 3 Magnemite that got stuck. That's all it is. Some of these evolutions are stupid.
Just like...
Hello, second viewer on Rumble. How are you doing? Please let us know where you are from. Start the chat today.
Yeah.
69 experience points. Nice.
Nice.
Christian channel.
That's a great number.
Christian channel.
Yep.
Stop ruining it. You're the reason. You're the reason we don't have any viewers.
Me?
Me?
Yeah.
I'm the one holding this show together.
Yeah, I agree. I'm the weird one. Oh man, my little girl's not feeling good.
That's not
Yeah, it's not fun.
Hopefully it's just gas.
Yeah. But I think they can I think they can just take blood test and check for white blood cells.
Yeah, I mean, Jake had to get his appendix out too. Like, how old was he? Was it on my mission that this happened? It might have been when I was on my mission.
Mm-hmm.
But it's like super, and if you've had it done, it's like, it's not hard.
Yeah.
And they figured out like super fast. And it's like, oh yeah, and then they just a little incision and out it goes.
Yeah.
Like, it's not a big deal.
Yeah, it's not a...
Tonsils are honestly probably a more difficult surgery than appendix is.
Difficult wise, nothing. But if you just try to...
But it hurts.
But if you just try to, like, run out the pain...
Right. Right,
that can be super dangerous.
Right. That is true. You could essentially poison... Your body can essentially become poisoned. So, don't do it.
Yep. If you're hurting, just go get it checked out.
Get it checked out. I don't know, man. I'm pretty conservative. I am. I'm a pretty conservative guy. The one thing I am just not conservative about at all is single payer healthcare. I'm just not.
Right.
I just look at it kind of like a line item. It's like, we pay so much for the military. We pay so much for all these different things. And it's like, okay, if we're going to do that, which is, whatever. Like, I'm not even going to discuss the merits or non-merits of that. But it's like, but if we're able to do that, the price tag for Medicare for all, or for whatever system we come up with, but single payer, is not more than even the increase that they did when Trump was in office. I'm pretty sure that the increase that he gave to the military would have paid for single payer healthcare every year. And so it's like, I feel, because that in America, that's why we don't go to the doctor, because we can't pay for it. Like, we pay all these premiums, and then health insurance is tied to jobs, and so then you don't feel like you can leave your job. Like, a good example. If I didn't lose my health care by not working at the job I had, that would open me up to potentially do other things and it wouldn't be as big a risk. Like, maybe I could focus more on this, or I could sub and focus more on this. Like, but the biggest thing is not even just the pay I get every year. The biggest thing is the benefits, and the biggest benefit is healthcare. Yeah. Like, all the other benefits I can figure out. That one benefit is the thing that no one can figure out. Yeah. And that's why we all are in where we're at. Right. Like, that's why.
Right. It's crazy. So a month or two ago, it would have cost
Pikachu
us...
will be really useful for Flash.
Oh.
Oh, we could give Zapdos Flash. Pikachu, you're getting less and less important. Just saying.
We're trying to keep you around.
I'm just letting you know. You're kind of wearing me thin. Okay?
So a month ago,
Traitor. What am I a traitor
before
to?
I had this insurance that I have at my new job,
it
would have cost me
Pokemon.
$1,200
Yeah.
to walk in and get it. This month, it cost me less than $100 for the same stuff.
Yeah.
And that's all about your health insurance. That's
Right.
all health insurance does.
Right. And that's the thing is when I feel, because like the point was made, or I was listening to someone and they made a good point, and they're like, why wouldn't businesses want to not have to pay that expense? And it's like, well, if they don't pay that expense, then people aren't tied to their job,
Right.
and then they have a little more leverage over you. And it's like, we all should want, because again, very conservative. I'm not big government, nothing, but
health insurance.
health insurance just
ties you to a job.
Yeah, it takes away your freedom. It doesn't give you more freedom. And
Right.
it's like, because that seems to be the case, I feel like health insurance is the one thing that I'm not very conservative about. I'm actually kind of liberal, I guess, if you want to think of it in those terms. I kind of am, because it's like, and I think we need to do it our way. We need to figure out how to do it the best way. We want to always succeed and be the best, like, and we should want to do that with healthcare too. And we already have the best healthcare. Like, people come from other countries to America to get treated.
Right.
The problem is the cost of it, and we need to figure out how to be the best functionally while being reasonable. And like, for us, again, I would rather have my taxes go to that than to all the other stuff. I guess I can say it like that. Like, if I pay taxes and my taxes are getting collected anyways, the very first thing I would have them pay, well, the military would be the first, but the very next thing would be single payer healthcare, in my opinion. And then after that, we can still cut things. We can still be, we can still be conservatives and low taxes and stuff. But it's like, if you took care of those two things, and then I guess you throw in infrastructure, I'm good. And then all the other social programs are just icing on the cake. But that should be the cake. You know what I mean?
Right.
And I feel, I feel like you're a good example of, like, because you're a conservative too, but like what you have to deal with Cameron, it's like I feel like you're the perfect example of why we do need it that way. And I then think more people will go, because it's like, then they won't feel like, well, I'll just suck it up, because if I go, I'm gonna, I can't afford it. It's like Brittany was, so we were doing in vitro. She's getting shots, right, to set her body up the right way. And we're at it's Christmas Eve. We're at Cracker Barrel, and her hand won't unflex. She's literally like this with a claw. And I'm looking at her and I'm like, Britt, we've got to go to the emergency room. Like, you can't unflex your hand. And she's like, no, I don't want to do it for all of these reasons. And then she's like, I can't see out of my right eye. And I'm like, Britt, we have to go. We have to. And then I'm just like, I don't even care. I will drag you into the emergency room. And then we found out that it was the medicine. But the thing is like, if we had a system where we can just get it checked, then she probably would have felt better about just going. Just like, okay, yeah, let's go and let's get it figured out. And because eventually I had to be like, Britt, you play the piano. You can't play the piano if you can't stretch your hand out?
Right.
Like, it might have been a right hand, but anyways, it's like, that's literally the point.
Yeah, and I agree. Like, the more, like, I'm conservative, but the more it's like, I tried a whole year to be that single payer. Yeah. Like, I went into the marketplace,
right,
and I got it as cheap as I could.
Right, and it was crappy.
Holy cow.
Right.
It was terrible. The dental was just the worst. The premium, what is it? The dental, it's the word.
The deductible?
Deductible, thank you.
Yeah.
The deductible was $12,000, dude. $12K before you hit your deductible.
Right.
And before that it was like 50-50. You know?
Right. Right.
And
so not only are we paying the monthly premium
of $400,
and then we still have to pay more, and it's just like, it's absurd. And here's the thing. I feel so like much. It's just like we talked about when we were talking about the church. It's like, I want to talk about truth. Well, guess what? We've tried this system. We've tried it, and it doesn't work.
Right.
It's not working. So, okay, great. You don't like single payer healthcare? Okay, that's fine. But but the system needs to be fixed. So what's your answer for it?
Right.
That's fine. Like, that's great. What's the answer? How do we fix it? Yeah. Like, what do politicians need to do, or what laws need to be passed, or whatever? What legislation needs to come so that we are not getting screwed? Because it doesn't work.
There are two things that I think could do it.
Ugh.
Is if you have an asset, if you have $500 billion or more of assets, you should not be in single payer house market. In individual, in like one family home.
Yeah, so you're talking about housing now, yeah.
Uh-huh. So you take that, you say if you have $500 billion of assets, you do not.
You have no business buying houses. That's more assets.
Yeah,
right.
More assets.
Sure.
And that health insurance should not be through employers.
Sure. Yeah.
Like, and so that just takes that advantage away from
there shouldn't be any children here. I'm a 10-year-old boy just walking around this place. And some random jugglers in the middle of Silco. What? Why are you here, random juggler man?
So that would force the health insurance to actually look at individuals.
Yeah.
To actually care about individuals. And that, but you have to take that away from the profit and the ability for all these massive companies to take away workers from being able to do whatever they want, because it just takes away their freedom from being able to choose.
Right.
Also, that forces the health insurance to give better insurance to individuals.
Yeah, and like the pool, because it's like they pool it so that they can lower it, but it's like we do the same thing with car insurance. It's like we don't send a thing out and okay, make a you don't do car insurance through your employer, and it's still a pool of people that pay in, and then when an accident happens, that money then pays for the accident. It's still the same thing. And the other thing, just like with school, that probably needs to happen is the for-profit motive needs to I don't know if you legislate it, but we've got to figure out a way that insurance is actually paying for people's health care, and they're not literally fighting against people to pay for the health care. You know what I'm saying? And like car insurance companies do the same thing. Like Danny is a lawyer, my brother, and the worst people that he talks to are insurance adjusters, because all their job is to not pay money. And it's like, so then why am I paying insurance? Like, you're not working for me, you're working against me. And then you pretend, and then people are like, well, I have insurance. And it's like, yeah, you might feel good that you paid for insurance, but you don't really have insurance. You have someone that is literally, you're paying someone to work against you.
Right.
And like,
right.
It's just so frustrating. And there's so many things like that in our society, in our culture, in the way we go about our life in the United States. And even though for the most part, it's, pretty good, it's still, there are things that could be a lot better. Like, a lot better.
So, I heard the stat. Saw the stat this morning. That if you made 87,000 in the 90s. Okay? So not that long ago.
Right.
If you made 87,000 in the 90s, you would have to today make 230. My dad made 80,000 as an air traffic controller.
That hurts my heart. That hurts my heart so much.
Right? 230,000.
If I made 230,000, I'd be a king.
Right?
I'd be a king.
Right.
With what I have. And that's the thing too, is that is another issue that like Americans in general have, is like, because if I had $230,000, I may upgrade to a better house. I probably would upgrade this house, to be honest, like get a garage, but like, I don't even know if I would do that, because it's like, I'm good where I'm at. And so it's like, that $230,000 would go so far, and I'd pay the house off, and then I wouldn't have any debt. And it's like, and I know people aren't like that. Maybe not most, but a lot of people, they get that 230, and then it changes. Like they continue to move up more than maybe they should, And it's just like, so this is essentially the strat. This is what the strat would be. So I'm not even using strength. I've poisoned him. I used double team to become more evasive. He paralyzed me, so that's why he went first. But then I have rest, that actually my health all recovers. And so this is one of the strats that we're going to use with that Elite Four, and I think it'll be super useful. Now, sadly, I didn't realize this, but when you teach a Pokemon a HM move, you can't replace it with anything else. So like, if we keep the double team, the toxic, and the rest, we're kind of stuck. That's it. There's no, so like Zapdos will always know fly from now.
Okay.
Blastoise will always know strength and strength and surf. So it's like, and that was another thing. I don't know why they settled on just 4 moves. Because like other games, they just have a list that's just like, okay, what move do you want to use? And then really what it should have been is like, okay, you start out with Thundershock, and then you use it enough and it becomes Thunderbolt.
Right.
So then it actually like, you actually have to use it to level up the move as well. And I don't feel like that would have really been, so you just get better versions of it. And then that's your move.
Right.
And then all the other little ones you could still do, like, so, Machamp can learn Toxic, and you can only use it if you get the TM for it. But then you just go get the TM for it. You know what I'm saying? It's just,
right.
I feel like they really missed on that idea. And I don't know if it was because it's a Game Boy game, they didn't feel like they could do that. I don't know. Oh, you're poisoned, you dumb! How are you going to talk to the children now? How are you going to teach them about the letter A, Zapdos?
Yeah, the more...
If you're dead and poisoned, that will ruin all those kids' lives. He looks so stupid.
He does.
He looks so dumb.
So there are 2 turning points, I believe, that made our economy the way it is right now. And it was from boomers being more selfish than helpful.
Not
to
being
later,
forward thinking. Yeah.
to later generations.
Oh, sure they were. They
Just
I mean, our parents are boomers, but it's like they're the generation of boomers. You suck.
yeah.
You suck.
What?
Like you are the worst. You're one of the worst generations ever.
Mm-hmm.
My gosh.
So they allowed big companies to be considered individuals,
Mm-hmm.
and they went off the gold standard.
Yeah. Yeah. Right.
Those two things.
Right.
Just, well, the people do not matter.
No, I completely agree.
All I am like, that is about as selfish as you can get.
Mm-hmm.
Is to allow the big companies to have a voice as though they are individuals in the country, which they are not.
Right.
They have a much bigger voice
Right.
than anyone in this country could ever
Right.
dream of.
And their incentive and power is so elite and so like surgical that they've now corrupted the people that like originally that went in to probably originally were like, yeah, I'm gonna do good and I'm gonna help people, and then they flashed that money
Mm-hmm.
and all those people like Nancy Pelosi,
Uh-huh.
like the McCains, like both sides, not just one, not just one, both sides.
Yeah, you got Nancy Pelosi and the.
Oh, what's that guy's name? He looks like a turtle.
I know who you're talking
You know
about.
exactly what I'm talking about. And the other guy that's like been there is like he's super old too.
Yeah, the GOP leader
Yeah.
in the Senate. Oh, what's his name? Mitch McConnell.
Yeah, Mitch McConnell. Yeah.
He's the worst.
Yeah, he is.
He's just a terrible human being.
Yeah. Right.
So is Nancy Pelosi.
Yeah.
They're both like.
Well, that's kind of the funny thing because it's like, it's a very like surreal experience when like you start actually looking into everything and you're like, oh, we aren't being protected by the people who pretend like they have our best interests, and oh yeah, it doesn't matter which one. We literally have a uniparty.
Yeah.
And like
It's very
maybe
surreal.
and it's like maybe the presidents are very stark, so that's why we still fight about it, but overall, like the two parties are both against you. Like
right.
that's why like you should not like George Bush for what he did and Obama. Like they both suck. They both sucked. And they both lied. They like I mean Obama promised, so like if you're a Democrat, how should you feel good about the fact that Obama promised that he wanted single payer health care, and he gave you Obamacare.
Yeah, which is not
Like instead, so it's like for Christmas, instead of him buying you, a new glove, he got you an oven mitt.
Yeah.
Like that's what he did. He's like, go play baseball with that. That's what he did.
I agree.
So dumb.
Yeah.
So ridiculous.
I mean,
and then he goes around smiling into these events as if he actually did something for the country. He did nothing.
Yep.
Nothing.
Absolutely nothing. He didn't do anything. And Bush was just as bad. So to me, I think domestic is kind of like the president can't do much.
No, it doesn't seem like they can really. Yeah.
Yeah.
It really doesn't seem like they can.
Right.
They're just like, it's almost like they're a talking head domestically.
Yeah.
It's
like,
really the legislature that like,
right.
or the Supreme Court even, right?
Supreme Court and the legislator is like the only thing. Maybe inflation that has a lot to do with the Trump with the president.
for sure.
Because
he obviously has policies that like he can be like, yeah, open up the pipelines, or like, we're not gonna tariffs and stuff. Yeah, sure.
Right, and so that has a lot to do with the president, I believe. But domestically, anything but inflation, like the president just has no control over.
Right.
And so you really vote for a president about foreign stuff, foreign wars,
right,
and inflation.
Yeah.
And that's really the two issues.
Yeah, I don't disagree with that.
And like the security of your border.
Yeah.
Right?
Right.
So those three issues are like the only thing a president can control. And he sucked at all three.
Yeah. Right.
You know?
Then you know that like you know that something went wrong.
Right. Right. So
Does it not affect Golbat? Like, can I not poison him? Can I try it one more time? Okay. I don't think I can poison this fool.
But if you feel like no one cares, that's
I know that's a dangerous that's a dangerous like position that you put yourself in.
Mm-hmm.
And that's where we end up, because it's like I feel more and more pressed about the idea that like I'm really more of a moderate who leans right, and there's just things that if I care about social issues, I can fight those social issues within my family, within my church, within my community, and it should probably honestly just stay there.
Mm-hmm.
And like, so it doesn't matter. Those things are the least important. The most important is, okay, do you provide a way for me to provide for my family's life and what I want to do with like the money that I earn or the work that I do for the community, and whatever it is that I do you provide the easiest way for me to accomplish that? And if you don't, then I'm voting for the other guy. And honestly, I am at the point where it's like, if I had a crystal ball and I could say, yeah, you know what? If you vote for RFK Jr., like he's going to get gas below, to $1.50. Interest rates are going to go down. How's the housing, crisis is going to fix? I'd be like, that's who I would vote for. If it were, and I don't even care who it is. If Biden were the person to do that, I would have voted for him. Like, I don't care anymore. All the other stuff, it just, again, like a good example is this. I don't drink, and I've never drank in my entire life.
Mm-hmm.
Ever, not one time.
Mm-hmm.
And if you have, great. That's not even the point. Oh yeah, you learned Thunder now already. That's good. What I'm getting to with that though, mm-hmm. is that it is legal. So it's legal for me to do it, but I choose not to do it because of I have religious beliefs, and then I just don't do it because of my own personal belief. Mm-hmm. And so that it's like, I live that every day where it's like, I don't need the government to ban something for me to choose not to do it. So like, the states, federalism was literally the whole point of that, was like, okay, you live how you want, you group of people, so California, uh-huh. You go live the way you want, Utah,
right?
And then we'll accept each other's differences, mm-hmm. and we'll just go from there.
Yeah,
like I don't need Californians telling Utahns, telling Floridans, telling anyone else how to live. Right. They can live how they want to live. And the thing is when the federal system works, like, because we still have a federal-esque system where people are leaving California because they don't like what happened. And that's a good thing, because then it hopefully shows them that, hey, you need to maybe change some stuff. Or a lot of people are just going to keep leaving.
Right.
We don't need a federal education system, guys. We don't.
Mm-hmm.
All that money that gets sent to the federal education system does not do anything for your child to learn.
Yeah.
It does nothing.
It doesn't.
Like Utahns can educate Utahns the way they want.
Mm-hmm.
Alabama can educate Alabamans the way they want. It does not matter. And the schooling, the way that it happens, does not matter.
Mm-hmm.
Okay? Like, I was asking Brittany this. Brittany's a pretty smart person. Okay? Got a 32 on the ACT. Graduated summa cum laude. And I asked her, what's the capital of Maryland? And she's like, she sits there and Like, well, I don't know exactly. And it's like, she took a guess and was like, and I looked at her and was like, I don't know what it is. I have no clue what it is. You know why? Because it doesn't matter.
Right.
Who cares? Like, what? Why does it matter if I know what the capital of Maryland is?
Mm-hmm.
Is it gonna give me more things that I can help my family with?
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
And when you grow up, when you grow up and you realize there are only a few things that matter, that actually matter.
Right.
It's giving your community and the marketplace something of value.
Right.
That's what they care about. That's the
Right.
only thing that matters.
Right.
Usually.
And the funny thing is most things that you can do can be taught on the job.
Right.
You don't need to take calculus to go be an electrician and make a lot more money than I do as a teacher who's teaching calculus.
Right.
It's like we are so stupid with the way that we are.
Mm-hmm.
And so it's just, it's so aggravating. It is so aggravating.
Mm-hmm. It's nuts. And again, it comes down to individuals do not have a voice anymore.
Right.
The only voice they have...
I found the card key! Sorry.
The only voice they have is when they go to vote.
Right. And then the voice that they even have to vote is super, like, it's super muted.
It's like diluted, yeah.
Yeah. Right.
It's crazy.
And that's why everyone is so frustrated and sick of it.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
All right. Let's get... Okay, so I found the card key. So that's good. So now I can get everywhere I need to go. Now I just need to go where I need to go. So we're on our way, everybody. I know it's super duper. I feel like it's here. Yeah, so now I can just open doors. Again, think of the optics of this, right? So, because in the game, we're all just these same like level sprites, right? So it kind of gets lost on us that like these are adults who have Pokemon, right?
Uh-huh.
And I'm a stupid little kid. Oh look, I can take a nap and get all my Pokemon restored. Huzzah!
Sweet.
Random Nurse Joy in the building. Okay. Anyways, but yeah, it's so funny because it's like, but this is literally a 10-year-old. It's like, I found the clock key. Like, I'm gonna start. I want to just fight Pokemon. I don't even care. And like, there's people in here that are like, please save us. Like, so these are adults. I don't know. You probably missed it. They're like, save us. Like the Team Rocket took over thing. It's like, he's 10. Like,
what's he gonna do?
It's like me asking Jamie to save me for some reason.
Uh-huh.
You bunch of weirdos.
Yeah.
You troglodytes. So we are on. So we'll finish up Silphco.
Uh-huh.
We could. The gym would be pretty fast. Can you do 1:30?
Yeah.
So 17 minutes.
Yeah.
Okay.
I could do that.
All right. Let's see what we can do in 17 minutes. Sadly, Tyler
has a
his
family
little girl needs her. It's not like a super emergency. It's not late, but obviously still needs to be taken care of. And normally we would have already done this on Monday anyway, so this week was kind of... So, forgive us, all people. We like to just bring you into the backward nonsense that is this streaming semi-business that we have been paid 15 cents for so far. But hey... And apparently Tuesday is a terrible day to stream. Because there's nobody! There's no one even hearing me anyway. So what am I even... I'm talking to myself.
Hey, this will be on YouTube, and hopefully someone will listen. And I think it was
Don't count on it!
I liked the conversation. I thought it's good.
No, it is good.
And-
That's
and-
it's I think it's a useful conversation, and it's just
like I was saying, I grew up, you know, my mom was huge on grades. Just, you have to get more than a B plus.
right.
Like, if you're more than B plus, you're embarrassing me.
Yeah,
And that's not okay,
right.
you know? And it's like, okay, but this English teacher's jerk.
Right.
I don't like her. She's mean. She's
or I
mean
don't
to me.
understand her, or like it's just not clicking, or whatever it is. Lots of things.
And I was like, I'm not gonna go into English. I don't like English. I don't like to read.
Right.
Come to find out, I can't read.
Right.
So, but it's like, in the end, you have to realize that in order to make money, you have to present a service.
It's marketing skills and service, yeah. Right.
Or something
and
to
it doesn't
give to the community.
And it doesn't matter what it is.
Right.
It doesn't matter what it is. If it's useful to society and you're good at it, like you're competent, you'll be fine.
And someone's willing to pay you to do it.
Right. Right. And it's like, I mean, this is a good example of it. Like, we're starting this out. We're going to give it a couple years. We're going to see what happens. The market might say, yeah, you guys, they don't want what you're given. And that's fine. And we have other jobs right now that we have marketed, that we're able to afford things. Right. And it's like, and again, it's like, that's what kills me about being a teacher, is like, because I will not lie to you about this. I won't lie to anyone about this. It is a lie what you've been told by public education. Everyone shouldn't be going to college, for example. It is just factually inaccurate. Right. Okay? Like, not everyone has a desire to do that. And here's the thing, here's the dirty little secret. Some of you who just graduate high school and then go get good jobs like plumbing will make a lot more money than I will.
Yep.
Being a teacher.
That's
the dirty little secret.
Yeah. Yeah.
I told Brittany this. There literally should be 2 degrees that or diplomas get handed out. There should be 1 diploma. It just says you completed 12 years of school. That's it. That's all it says. You were there for 12 years. You did whatever it is that you did. You did 12 years of school, and maybe you make it like you have to at least get, a D. That's like the D- average one, right? You passed all your classes. Perfect. You then take that thing, you completed school, and you go get one of those kinds of jobs. Then the other job that the other one should be you graduated from high school, so you had to pass like those state tests where I had to get a certain grade on the ACT, and then you graduated high school, and with that you go to college.
Right.
That's literally how it should be. I have fixed education, and I am only 37 years old. You morons. Like, I cannot believe the trust that we have put into people in our society. It is so dumb. And we are seriously living through it right now. Like, we have put our faith in people who don't know what they're talking about.
Or doing.
Yeah. And it's like, they are just as much schmucks as anyone else. Don't let them tell you any different, because they are. Like, I do my best, but there are things that, like, I'm just a schmuck like everyone else. Right. And anyone who's telling you differently is lying to you. There are people that are competent. Like, I'm competent at teaching. I can teach things well. But that doesn't mean that, like, I'm going to have all the answers, or that I should be telling you and pushing you certain directions simply because, and the thing is it's always about power and money. You know why they want you all to go to college? Because you pay them to go to college.
Right.
It's a racket.
And the colleges pay them to tell you.
Yes. Yes.
Right.
It's all just,
I'll
just
tell
a
anyone,
massage train.
Yeah. I'll tell anyone to go to you.
Yeah. Like, and you'll pay me money? Perfect. I'll do it.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. And it's so aggravating.
And I mean,
that teachers and counselors and administrators and presidents of universities they are not your friends.
No.
They don't care about you.
Not
they do not
even.
Oh my gosh. They have never considered the fact that, like, or seemingly have not, that we need a systematic shift of how we view education and what we do with our children so that they become happy, successful adults. Like, you want to know why people have so much depression? It's because you send them to prisons, to essentially a prison for 8 hours a day. Yeah, no wonder your kid hates life. Like,
right.
That's usually the first place they get bullied is in school. Like,
and sometimes the only place they do.
Yeah, exactly. The only place it happens is usually school.
Right. And it's like all in the name of getting an education and socializing.
Right. And educate. Right. Exactly. It's like, and the socializing thing is what kills me the most. It's like, okay, there's literally every single thing under the sun that will give you socializing. Get them into team sports. Go to church. Go get friends. That literally is more important. Like, because that's not even what school is for.
Yeah.
It's social. Like, when people say, well, it's for socializing. No, it's not. School shouldn't be for socializing. And it should be for learning.
And also, 99% of the time, you're not going to know these people for another 10 years.
I have no friends that I hang out with.
Yeah.
In high school. Like, me and you technically went to high school, but we weren't even really friends in high school yet.
Yeah.
It was after we graduated high school. So I guess technically me and you, but no, because we weren't friends in high school. And like our wives actually break what we're saying, but they are the exception, not the rule.
Very much the exception.
Right.
And it's like,
where do you also socialize? Well, at work.
Yeah, at work.
And it's like, you want to learn how to, like, the only thing I can say about that is, like, you will learn to work. If you have a teacher that does, like, group stuff, it is an effective way of teaching, that is a skill that you can learn at school. Yeah. But again, if you play sports, if you play baseball, if you play soccer, if you play football, if you play basketball, any team sport, guess what? Doubles tennis, you have to learn how to work with people in different positions on the field. You have different jobs, you have different expectations, you do different things. And to be successful, you all have to do it at once. It's amazing.
Yeah.
How people have missed this and they don't understand why it is so vital that it has to change. It has to. Like, because when you think of education, what does that even mean? Like I said, like, we both took probably biology in school. Can you tell me the functions of a cell anymore? I can't.
No.
And the reason why is because they don't do it anymore. So, like any skill, if you don't continue doing it, you forget.
Yeah, you forget it.
And so it's like all that education that we learned is now gone because I don't remember. And it's not even that I'm dumb. I just don't, just like I said, I don't remember what the capital of certain countries are. Right. Because they don't need that information.
Right. Yeah, there's an interview that Lil Wayne did. Lil Wayne.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about. Yeah.
He was like, my mom told me to drop out.
Right.
And everyone was like, but you need school. He's like, no, I was already platinum.
Right.
I was
I
was driving a Lamborghini to school.
Right.
And I hated it. It was prison.
Right. He didn't. And it's just like,
his mom was like, why are you forcing this on yourself?
Right.
Oh, I thought I was doing it for you. And that's like,
why are you doing it? Well, and if he was, it's like, well, why are you doing it for me then?
Yeah. And she's like, no, you're doing a service for the community, and that's what the community needs. That's what America wants.
Well,
is your music.
I'm moving on up and ahead. By checking my Pokedex, I'm starting to see what's strong and how they evolve. I'm going to the Pokedex to boot out the Elite Four. I'll become the world's most powerful trainer. Doug. Well, good luck to you. Don't sweat it. Smell ya.
Did you beat him?
So that's the rival. I have one more. I have the boss to beat, and then we'll be done with Silco. Okay. You came to say, see, that's what I'm saying. He's a 10-year-old. You came to save us. He's 10. Why? Oh, and he gave me a Lapras. That's right.
Sweet.
So, do you want Lapras?
I mean, we can keep him. Sure.
All right. So Lapras. I'm not sure. We probably get him. He's probably like level 30. But yeah, Lapras is another one that yeah, Jesse game. I forgot that Yellow added Jesse and James into it. Oh my gosh. So after them, then we'll fight Giovanni, and then we'll be done with that. And then we'll probably be right at what we were saying.
Okay.
But yeah, why? But yeah, so Lapras is pretty good because she knows ice, and ice is actually very effective against dragon, and one of the trainers is a dragon trainer. So another one to maybe think of, because I'm guessing who we're gonna probably drop would be Pikachu. So like when we get a new Pokemon, he's the one to probably consider. But again, if you love seeing that stupid tail wag back and forth as we walk around, that is perfectly fine. I don't want to say anything because I don't want to color you anyway. I want you to make this team, and then I will try my best to win with this team. So if you love Pikachu, great. And I don't want you at all. And again, we still have the other 2 legendary birds. So it's like, even maybe someone else does still get kicked out. Who knows? But it's like, so.
Well, he hasn't been OP over anyone this whole game.
And and here's the thing: the problem won't be. He won't be. Like, if we could evolve him into a Raichu, then his stats would go up, and then it'd be like, okay, it makes more sense. But it's like that. But yeah, that is literally the problem with Pikachu in this game, is that you have to over level him. And if I was just doing that, honestly, I would just take him and I would just do it. I would just over level him. When we get to the Elite Four, I would just play them over and over again, and I would get him to level 70 or whatever, and then he would wreck. But that's not. I want to have a more intellectual battle to win this game.
Right.
And it's like, and it might just happen at anyway. So like, because so there's 4 people. You beat one, you get all the experience, and then you beat another one, hopefully, and then you get experience. And then if you die, you have to start over from the first one, right? It's like a series. And so we will, if we can't beat it, and I don't think we'll be able to beat it just the first time we get there.
Right.
We'll be leveling up anyways, and so then that'll just naturally happen. But I don't want to do it in a way that like just cheeses it, is what that's called. Just cheesing the system. It's like, I don't want to do it that way. I want to be like, actually, I want it to matter. But at the same time, I do want you to like your team. So it's like, if you like Pikachu, then let's stick with him. Yeah. But I think you're kind of seeing what like the issue, and we can actually look at his stats really quick, and that'll even better. So like, Team Rocket blast off at the speed of light again. You suck. so Pikachu. So these are his stats. So attack 49, defense 33, speed 78, special 54. To put that in context, this is Ricky. Whoop. Good, he used strength. He can move boulders. That was not what I wanted. Freaking Ricky. His attack is 130. His defense is 88. Zapdos. Attack 101, defense 110, speed 119, special 155. So it's like he is lagging behind. But again, that's why I didn't like push you anyway, because it's like, if you like Pikachu, because I want you to like your team. So it's like, and that's why we dumped Ivysaur.
Right.
Because this is like, well, you don't care about Venusaur, so let's not have him.
Yeah. No, Pikachu is just, he can't
match up. If we can make him Raichu, then we could get closer. And I know that electric moves can be useful in the Elite Four, but it's just like, but now that we have Zapdos too, it's like, well
yeah, I mean, you look at it and it's like, you can't just level up his speed or his defense.
Right, like it's like, yeah, so he'll get off his, and here's the thing too, he would have been useful because he uses Flash, so it's like, okay, we'll use Flash, then they won't be able to hit our Pokemon as much, but I can also teach that the Zapdos.
Right.
And so because I can teach it the Zapdos, it's like, and now we don't really need Pidgeotto now either, because Flash is like Sand Attack. It does the same thing. So it's like, well, we're continuously finding ourselves out of the Pikachu market.
Right.
In my opinion. So
yeah,
that's exciting. So we can take a little time to, not today, this will be the end of it, but when we do it next week, we can, version. I have a bunch of them. I'll tell you, like, so Venonat again, and turns into Venomoth, Poison. Both of the Vileplume and Victory Bell, no, Sleep Powder and then Poison Powder. That's kind of a cool setup. We don't have a Ghost Pokemon yet. We could go get Haunter, because you have to trade to get Gengar, and we won't be able to trade. But we could have Haunter, and he knows a move that's called, he puts people to sleep, and then Dream Eater's like is a really good move. And then they're asleep, so then that's like super useful that they can't attack us. I do have a Snorlax. Lapras we just got, which is a pretty good Pokemon and can learn ice moves, which are effective. So there's like, there's like a lot, like.
Right, and I mean, Zapdos is just a 10 times better Pikachu.
Oh yeah, like probably even more than that in reality. So it's like, I don't remember. Okay, Rhyhorn. I was like, what is he sending out? Surf, you piece of garbage! You dumb rock with a face! I'm gonna surf you until you die! Hate you.
Have you watched any of the surfing competition on the Olympics?
I watched one of it.
It's scary. That's a scary sport. They're nuts.
Nuts! So just for game-wise, if you're just talking about the game, Blastoise is definitely the best of the three to get if you're going like the red or blue way. He is way OP late game. Like, he can learn Surf, he can learn Blizzard. He's got pretty good defense. I am I go with Charmander as far as like, who's your starter kind of thing. But Blastoise, as far as game, in my opinion, is the best of the three.
Right.
Because he's super OP. He does. Oh.
Yeah, Blastoise was.
I like Blastoise. Blastoise is a cool character.
Yeah.
I think he was drawn well. Arg, I lost again.
Darn it!
Are you a pirate?
Arg.
Blast it all. You ruined our plans for Sylph, but Team Rocket. Doug, never forget to dig. That all Pokemon exist for Team Rocket.
Doug used dig. Diggity Doug.
Doug digged. I must go, but I shall return.
I've been listening to the Kingdom Heart.
Thank you for saving Sylph. I will never forget you saved us in our moment of peril. I have to thank you in some way because I am rich. Oh, no. I can give you anything. Or maybe this will do. Oh, yeah, I get the Master Ball. So the Master Ball, I can catch anything. We will do the traditional thing that you're supposed to do with the Master Ball. I'm not going to tell you what that is. It's the very last thing to do.
Okay. Cool.
See, Secretary, thank you for rescuing all of us. We admire your courage. All right, I'm going to dip.
So I've been rewatching Kingdom Hearts, and every time we read something on the screen, it's like the darkness of the darkness, and we live in the darkness, and the heart of the darkness,
Right.
which released in the darkness.
Right. No, it's bad. Like, it really, it's so bad. It really is. All right, Pikachu, we're going to deposit you. I know you're mad. I don't care. The game should have made you better. You're the titular character. You should have been better. Okay, so Lapras is 15. Now, he does get strong. Snorlax, Pro, Magneton, Voltorb, Magnemite, Dig, Rhyhorn in Arena, Jigglypuff, Paris, Mankey, Geodude, Ivysaur, Butterfree, Victory Bell. The other one, so there's only a certain amount of data in one box, so you have to like which box is. In box 2, we have Krabby, Slowpoke, Abra, Slowbro, Drowsy, Paris, Zubat, Rattata, Stansford, Jolteon, Magikarp, Vileplume, Pidgeotto. Any of those. And look, we can just roll with 5 for right now if you're more interested. So if you wanted Lapras, like similar to what we did, it's like, so Zapdos is a better Pikachu. Well, Articuno is probably a better Lapras, and when we catch him, he'll be at level 50 also. So this guy turns into Kadabra because we can't trade him to get Alakazam. Like I said, so like Vileplume, he's the one with this. Well, we actually have to have him out at least to catch Articuno because we need someone that can put him to sleep. So let me show you him really quick. So grass, poison. In his stat, he's only level 29, but his stats are still better. Poison powder, cut, sleep, powder, and then acid. So like, you put him to sleep, and then you poison him, and then you just wait it out.
Gotcha.
And then he can get like better moves as well. Like he can do Solar Beam, that kind of stuff. Victory Bell is very similar. Yeah. So we'll at least need him to catch Articuno. And again, you don't need Articuno. Like, let me at least show you what Lapras looks like. So let's deposit and then change box. Again, you've killed me, buttons that pretend like I should be touching them then and then not. I hate you. Okay, so this is what Lapras looks like. I guess I don't even have to take him out. I could just do it there. Dumb Mike. Stupid head. Okay. So this is Lapras. Okay, it's like the Loch Ness monster.
Right.
Attack. So that's like low, but it's because it's level 15.
Level 15.
Yeah.
Right.
So that's, and then this, so Lapras is essentially like ice water.
Right.
So that's what Lapras is good for. So you can keep thinking about it. And again, we still have Articuno and Moltres to get. We could we have a Magikarp, so we could evolve it into Gyarados. That's that big like Leviathan thing. There are Growlithe that become Arcanine that we still haven't like seen yet or got to.
Right.
So, but I think we've both arrived at the common thread, or like Snorlax. So this is Snorlax. We both probably arrived at the common thread that Pikachu, they made a really stupid Pikachu. Right. And fine, don't let him evolve. Don't turn him into Raichu because this is supposed to be just like the show. Fine, but don't make him so terrible.
Yeah.
Or let me catch there's no other Pikachu in the game. Yeah. It's only that one. Let me catch a different Pikachu then and evolve it into Raichu.
Yeah.
Like, that was such a stupid move.
Or just be like, this Pokemon is so talented that it doesn't have to be, evolved into Raichu.
Right, because it's like, just give him Raichu stats. That's all you would have had to do. Like, give him Raichu stats, and then you're good. And then we probably like, oh yeah, let's just keep him.
Yeah.
He's awesome. All right, everyone. Yeah. We love you. Sorry that's a little short, but Tyler, being a good father, is going to do his fatherly duties. Anything you would like to say to the people?
We like you, and keep showing us your support. We really appreciate it.
Yes.
It's been great seeing the growth.
Yep. Thank you guys. Appreciate you.